So this is Monday the 21st of April, new topic. So we're going to look at box plots and we're going to look at reciprocals. So for box plots, obviously you can have some questions where you just have to draw them, but quite often we have to compare box plots, and the big mark questions, they're 4 mark questions. So to compare, we always want to compare the median and we want to compare the interquartile range. So firstly, the median is the line literally in the middle of the box. So for this year 11 here, I can see they have got a median of 24. And then for the year 9 class, we've got a median of 27. The interquartile range is the value here, which is the upper quartile, take away this line, which is the lower quartile. So that's going to be 30, take away 16, which is 14. And for the year 9s, we have got 32, take away 15, which will be 17. But that's not enough. That's only going to get you 2 marks. You need to actually write some sentences to make sure you get full marks in context. So the median tells us about the average of the group. Now, these box plots are telling us the number of hours of TV which are watched. Well, the median for the year 9s is higher, so we can say the year 9s watch on average more TV because they have a higher median. And you always want to make sure that you've compared it in context. So in this case, it's about TV. And then we need to write a statement about the interquartile range. So the year 9s have a larger interquartile range, which means the number of hours of TV watched is less consistent. Or varies more, or is more distributed. Okay, so 1 mark just for getting the median values, 1 mark for getting the interquartile range values, 1 mark for this statement of comparison, 1 mark for that as well. So 4 marks. So next new topic we are looking at today is reciprocals, and they're really, really easy. It's only going to be 1 mark in an exam, but it's not one you want to miss. So reciprocal just means flip a fraction. If you've got an integer like 4 here, the reciprocal will just be 1 over 4, because we could write that as 4 over 1. The next one is going to be minus 1 over 4. The next one, 4 over 3. This will be minus 4 over 3. And for this one, I'd write it first as an improper fraction. I think that'll be easier. So it's going to be minus 9 over 4. And then that'll be minus 4 over 9. So you literally just flip it. Don't change the sign, just flip it. Now, that can often be confused by this type of question on the bottom here, which says the line has a gradient of minus 5. What is the equation of a different line which is perpendicular and passes through the point 1 minus 3? Okay, now, when a line is perpendicular to another line, we can look at the gradient and we find the reciprocal of that gradient. So if it was minus 5, it'd be minus 1 over 5, but we also change the sign. So that's going to be 1 over 5. So the negative reciprocal, that will be the perpendicular gradient. And that's because if you multiply the gradients of 2 lines which are perpendicular to each other, they'll have a product of minus 1. And if we look at these here, we've got minus 5 times by 1 over 5. That would give me minus 1. So now to find the equation of a line, I use y equals mx plus c. I'm going to substitute in the gradient I've just worked out. Y equals 1/5 of x plus c. And then I'm going to substitute in the point that I've been given to find c. So I'm going to substitute in minus 3 equals 1/5 of 1 plus c. Minus 3 equals 1/5 plus c. This is a non-calculator. So I'm going to take away 1/5 from both sides. So minus 3 minus 1/5 equals c. That's not really a nice sum to do without a calculator. So let's think about this 3 as being over 1. And we'll multiply the bottom by 5 and the top by 5 to keep it an equivalent fraction. Minus 15 over 5 minus 1 over 5 equals c. So c is minus 16 over 5. But don't forget, we need to substitute that back into our equation from the start. So we've got our final answer. Y equals 1 over 5x minus 16 over 5.